Right there. It's my first video blog, I suppose. So I'll be doing it on my what I'm planning on doing for my self-portrait piece, which, as you can see from my previous blog entries, is I'm going to do a time lapse of just me in my room. Kind of, I thought it would sort of work as a the way it would be put together would be as a self-portrait. I looked for a while on sort of how to sort of find more sort of aspects to me and that sort of thing, and what sort of I felt defined me, but sort of I found myself faltering at every hurdle for it. So I thought what sort of would sort of encapsulate me better than just filming my day-to-day actions in life and what I do, and sort of basically sort of that would sort of bring across my personality, I guess. So I've been looking at how to actually do a time-lapse piece. There's a couple of links further down in the blog talking about how to put a time-lapse piece together, and that's the one that's what I'm basing most of what I'm using on, most of my process on, basically. So I'm using my Canon 400D, the digital SLR, and I've just bought a intervalometer, which I'm hoping, and I'm going to crack it out in a moment, will be fairly easy to use. So I can get myself a good selection of pictures of just sort of me doing my day-to-day activities within my room, and I'll be sort of aiming to sort of set the piece to take a picture. I'm not a very exciting person, so I won't be moving very much. So I'll probably set the intervalometer to sort of take a picture every 30 seconds or so. But yeah, as that carries on, I'll be aiming to do it over the period of one day to kind of encapsulate the whole thing. I'll be taking pictures while I'm asleep as well, but I'm currently sort of going to be sort of testing to see whether or not that works, whether or not it's just going to be a big black image of just sort of nothing. Because as you can see, I've got the window behind me, which will bring some sort of light. It'll bring some light from the street lights into the room, so that could sort of provide a really nice effect on the whole piece. But if not, I'll probably just stick with just doing a solid daytime piece, or just up until I go to bed, and then stop the shots just after that. When it comes to editing it together, I've been recommended using iStop-Motion, but I'll be giving that a try. I've just downloaded the trial version to it, which will last me about 5 days, and if that doesn't work, then I'll be aiming to maybe sort of go for something sort of simple. I mean, I'm not doing too much like heavy editing with it, so sort of in terms of sort of ease of use with the UI, I might be picking like iMovie, maybe even Premiere Pro. So yeah, I'll be posting a couple of links in a bit regarding sort of bits of influence and that sort of thing, like some nice pieces of time lapse that I want to sort of show everyone. I'll be like, for example, a couple of the ones I was looking at was sort of decomposition and that sort of thing. It's probably not exactly completely relevant to what I'm doing, but nevertheless it's interesting regardless. Kind of pieces of like decomposition of fruits, they're quite simple. And I saw a great one with it was a banana, and they'd placed a watch in front of it, and by placing the watch in front of it, the effect you got with the time lapse was sort of the watch was spinning around and spinning around, spinning around, to kind of bring across the fact that it is sort of the amount of time that is passing throughout the piece. And yeah,